Hey, welcome back to week 4 of the NFL Quick Picks. And man, this season's just flying by. It's already week 4. Some teams are starting to take some bye weeks. So I mean, this season so far, the first 3 weeks have been really fast. It's been a lot of really good games. There's not too many teams that are like standing out. Even the 3-0 teams, they're not standing out as like dominant Super Bowl winning teams right now. So that could be for an exciting rest of the season, an exciting postseason. There definitely could be some upsets in the postseason. So we'll see how it goes. This week we have a few less games than normal. We'll get straight into it here. The first game, we got the New York Jets at Washington Redskins. Kirk Cousins is going to be starting the quarterback for Washington. New York finally got their first win, but I'm still not sold on them, and I am sold on Cousins in Washington. So I'm going to go ahead and give this to Washington. Next, we got Green Bay at Chicago, which is another division game. And man, I think it's going to be a good one. The Green Bay Packers, I don't know what's happened to them. They really fell off this year, at least so far. Chicago has played pretty decent. They're 2-1. So I'm going to go ahead and at home in Chicago, give this one to Chicago. Next, we got the Detroit Lions at New York Jets. The Lions, I'm sold on them as far as being a solid team, being a decent team. The Jets, they played some tough ball, but they just have not been able to come up with the wins that they could have. So I mean, I'm gonna give this one to Detroit. I just think Calvin Johnson's gonna just tear up that New York Jets secondary. I'm thinking the Detroit defense will be able to stop Geno Smith and the Jets a little bit. So I'm gonna give it to Detroit. Next, we got Tampa Bay at Pittsburgh. In Tampa Bay, I mean, I can't even really say much. I mean, they're just complete garbage. I'm thinking that they're gonna start Mike Glennon finally. I hope so. But even with him right now, I just don't see them getting a win in Pittsburgh. So I'm going to give this one to Pittsburgh. Next, it's Carolina at Baltimore. Both these teams have been playing pretty solid. Baltimore's they're finding ways to win, that's for sure. Carolina has just been playing some real good, tough football. Cam Newton is back. So I'm going to give this one on the road, Carolina. Next, we got Miami at Oakland. And, okay, I took a week off from being on the Oakland bandwagon, but I'm going to go ahead and jump back on this week. They're at home. Miami, they got that one big win against New England, but, I mean, other than that, they haven't done much. There's a lot of talk right now about benching the quarterback Tannehill, so I'm thinking just all that. Oakland at home, I'm going to go ahead and go with Oakland. I don't think anybody else is going with them, but I'm going to go ahead and go with them. Next, we got Buffalo at Houston. And, man, Houston, I don't know how they're 2-1. They lost to the dang Giants the other day, which really upset me. I wish they could have got that one. Buffalo has been playing some decent ball. They're 2-1. On this one, I'm going to say Houston is finally showing their true colors and showing that they're not that good of a football team. But Buffalo is getting better. They're kind of still like rebuilding a little bit, but looks like they got their quarterback. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with Buffalo at Houston. Next is Tennessee Titans at Indianapolis Colts, and the Titans again got that one big win, but other than that, they just don't look complete. Locker, I believe, is out, so we'll have to see how the backup quarterback does. The Colts, Andrew Luck, I mean, this one's just kind of a no-brainer. Jacksonville at San Diego. And again, the point spread is 13.5 for San Diego. So, I mean, I can't say much. Jacksonville's garbage. San Diego's a solid team, so definitely San Diego. Next is Atlanta Falcons at Minnesota. And still with AP out, I know Bridgewater's going to be starting, but I think Atlanta's playing a lot of good football this year so far. I think even with Bridgewater in, I was going to try to give Minnesota a chance, but just not against the Falcons and not against, how they're playing this year. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one to Atlanta over Minnesota. Next, it's Philadelphia at San Francisco. And this one, I know San Francisco hasn't been playing good ball. And Philadelphia, I mean, the bottom line is that they're finding ways to win. So that's all that really matters, But I don't see them going to San Francisco. And I don't see San Francisco going 1-3. So it's time for Philadelphia to finally, catch up and get that loss. And I think this is going to be the week it's going to be done. Next, Sunday Night Football. The New Orleans Saints at Dallas Cowboys. And I know that being a Cowboy fan, I'm getting a lot of heat. Everybody's talking all this trash about New Orleans is going to kill Dallas defense, blah, blah, blah. But the thing is, man, New Orleans has not been lights out this year on offense. The one game that they did, put up a lot of points was against Atlanta. But then the defense gave up a lot of points. So, I mean, Dallas offense looked like they started to click there in the second half of the last game last week. The one thing for sure that Dallas can't do is start off with, turning the ball over early, starting off 21-0 like they did last week. Because, like I said, this is a better team than St. Louis, that's for sure. They definitely can't go down like that. I feel comfortable that if it is a shootout, that Dallas can hang with them a little bit and at least make a few defensive stops. This is their old Rob Ryan defense that they're going to be going against in New Orleans. They're playing at home, which normally you want to give home advantage, to the home team. But I don't know, man. They haven't done too good at home. It seems like they're playing better away. So hopefully we can turn that around this week. And I'm definitely going with Dallas on this one. And people are thinking it's going to be a shutout, but I don't think so. I think it's going to be the complete opposite. I think it's going to be a, maybe 20s, 30s point game for both teams. We'll see how it goes, but I'm going with Dallas for sure. The last game, Monday Night Football, is New England at Kansas City. And this one could be a surprise. Unfortunately, I just cannot go against New England in this one. But I would not be surprised if Kansas City came out and snuck one in on them. New England honestly hasn't been playing too good. They got that, barely got past the Raiders last week. So, I mean, it's going to be a good one. It's primetime football. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game. So I'm actually picking 44 points. And so we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. New England's 2-1, Kansas City's 1-2, and if New England loses this, man, they could. It'd be interesting to see how the rest of the season goes for them. Is it time for Tom Brady to call it quits? I hope so. I'm not a New England fan myself, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, guys, thanks for liking and subscribing and all the love I've been getting. Dallas Cowboy game reviews. I appreciate that. So just continue to keep liking and subscribing, and we'll be back next week for Week 5.